Hello everyone, welcome to the first lab experiments in Internet of Things. So in this we are going to see how digital input output works. So the aim of this experiment is to implement digital input and output. So what I am going to do in this experiment is I am going to use a push button like this. This is a push button, and when I switch on the push button by pressing it, LED will glow, and when I release it, the LED will turn off. So when I push it, the logic value of voltage will be high, it will be 1, and when I release it, it will be low, it will be 0. So based on this, we will see a program. So you can see the components required are one node MCU. So this is the node MCU, and this is node MCU version 1, and the manufacturer is Amica, as you can see here. And next one is LED. So here is the LED. Okay. And next one is 330 ohm resistor. So this is the 330 ohm resistor, which is used along with this LED. And then we have 10 kilo ohm resistor, which acts as a pull down resistor. And the 330 kilo, sorry, the 10 kilo ohm resistor is this one. And to demonstrate digital input output, we have a push button. So this is the push button. It has 4 pins, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And to fit all the components, we will use a breadboard. Okay. So since this is the first experiment, I want to explain something about the breadboard. So if you look here, in the middle there are two rows. So this is row 1 and this is row 2. Okay. So in a row, if you look at the column, for example, these 5 dots in the single column, same column, they are all connected together. Okay. So if you place a component at this first dot and you place a component at this fifth dot, they both are connected in serial. Okay. Similarly, this row also, in each column, every column is connected together, but there is no connection between these two rows. Okay, these 5 are separate and these 5 are separate. And if you look at the top row and also the bottom row, they are somewhat different in how they appear when compared with these rows. Okay, if you look at this, let's say the bottom row, which is same as this top row. So at the middle, this is one half, and from middle to this end, this is another half. So if you connect a wire here and another wire here, they are in the same line. Okay, and same is reflected in this row also. So let's see the schematic diagram where the connections are there. So here we have LED, and we have a push button. We have the 330 ohm resistor, and with the push button we have a 1 kilo ohm resistor. I think it is 10 kilo ohm, sorry. So this one is 10 kilo ohm resistor, which acts as a pull down resistor. What is the use of pull down resistor is to maintain this push button in logic low, that is 0. Okay. And this 330 ohm resistor is for protecting the LED from self destructing because of high power. Okay, right. And let's talk about this LED. LED has two leads. So one lead is called anode, the longer one usually, and the shorter lead is called cathode. Okay. So anode is always connected to power source and cathode is always connected to ground or common. And this is how a push button looks like. So it has 4 pins, 2, 3, 4, and when I push the button, the connection will close and the power will pass from one side to another side. So let me connect the components on the breadboard. So first I am inserting the node MCU. From later onwards, from next experiment onwards, the node MCU will already be fitted on the breadboard. So when you insert the node MCU on the breadboard, please be careful. The leads might break out. I mean the pins. So take your time while inserting the node MCU. Okay, now it's inserted. You can see here. Okay. Sorry, I need to take this out and reinsert again. So I want to put this USB connector to this side. So I inserted it wrong. So I am inserting it again. Okay, it's done. Now I am inserting the LED. So if you look at the LED, this is the anode, the longer lead, and the shorter lead is called cathode. Okay, so as you can see in the diagram, the cathode is connected in serial to 330 ohm resistor. So this is the 330 ohm resistor, and I am inserting the push button. Okay, it's inserted, and then to one of the pins of this push button, we are going to connect 10 kilo ohm resistor, which acts as pull down resistor. Okay, like this. And now I have to use jumper wires for making the connection. So these are male to male jumper wires. First, I am going to make the cathode of LED to ground. So now node MCU, I have different pins which acts as ground. So this one is a ground. Okay, and this pull down resistor will also go to another ground. So we have one more ground here. Okay, and from the cathode and after the resistor, this one goes to the pin D0. So this is the pin D0 here, first pin. So D0, and the pin adjacent to this pull down resistor is connected to power source. So I am giving this to 3.3 volts, which is here. And then finally, the opposite pin of the pull down resistor, this one, goes to D2. So D2 is this third pin. Okay, so these are the connections, which connections are done. Now let's see the program. So in the program, first we are setting the pin for LED, which is D0, and the pin for push button, which is D2, like you have seen here. And in the setup function, which is a predefined function, where the code executes only once, we use a predefined function called pin mode and set these pins in output and input mode. So LED is set in output and push button is set as input. And this is the loop function. This is another predefined function where the entire code will run repeatedly. And there is a predefined function called digital read, which reads the value of this push button. So when the push button is pressed, it will be logical high. So when it is 1, we are using a function called digital write to make the LED glow. Okay, and that's why we are writing here high. It's a predefined constant which will send high voltage to the LED pin. And similarly, when the push button is not pressed, it goes to this else block. And again, here we are using digital write to make the LED pin low. That means it will turn off. Okay, so let's open the Arduino software. Okay, so here after opening Arduino and after writing the program, so this is the program which you have just seen. You should see that you are connecting your node MCU to USB. The USB is connected to my laptop. Okay, so now after connecting the USB to node MCU, at the bottom you should see that the proper board is selected. So here it is, node MCU version 1, and it is using the port COM6. So to see, you can go to tools menu and you can see the port sub menu, and it should select this. Okay, whatever is shown here, and then go to board and select the correct board. So in this case, it is node MCU1 ESP12E module. Okay, so this might change between node MCUs based on the version of the node MCU. So you have to be careful with this. And now in the Arduino software, this first button is verify, that is for compiling the program, and the next button to by the side of this verify button is upload button to upload the program to node MCU. So if you could just click the upload button, it will automatically compile. So I am clicking upload. So it is going to take some time, like 10 seconds to 20 seconds for compiling. And you will see the status messages here in this black area. Okay, the program compiled. Now it is being uploaded to node MCU. So it is saying writing here, and at the same time You can see the LED on Node MCU is blinking. That means the program is being written here. And now you can see the message in Arduino hard resetting by RTS pin. That means the program is running, and now we can see the working of our program. So if I push the button, it is 1 and the LED is turning on. If I remove my finger, it is resetting and LED is turning off. Okay. So this program demonstrates digital input output. So that's it. Thank you.